Hi, we are here with
Don Pedro Colley.
And what were you in Battle of the Planet of the Apes?
No, it was
beneath.
Beneath the Planet.
Sorry about that.
I was the mutant jailer that was given the power of my mind to transfer a hurt on the bad people and make them tell us the truth about the fact that the apes were beginning to invade our world, our little structure. And just because it was Charlton Heston and James Franciscus, we had to put a hurt on.
Yeah, I bet that felt pretty good.
Yeah, it was great.
We're attacking Moses.
It was wonderful. No.
Let's see you use your God powers against my mutant powers now. Get him, Aaron.
And we come back with Mr. Taylor, Mr. Brent. We don't kill our enemies. We get our enemies to kill each other. Yeah.
So what was your favorite part about filming the Planet of the Apes?
I guess it's the aftermath of Planet of the Apes. Here we are 30-some years later, and it's already happened probably 30 times just today, where guys are in their late 40s, early 50s, you know, come up, when I was a kid, man, and I saw that, you scared the hell out of me.
You scared the hell out of me, I know that much.
Wow, well, what about when they killed me at the end? They said, oh yeah, we jumped up and down and said, yeah, they killed us.
How sad.
There isn't a better review that an actor could possibly have than to have heard it from an audience that you've reached out and touched them in some way or another, yeah.
Yeah, because when I was a kid, it's like I was going, oh, those guys are gross. I like watching them, but they're gross. They're going to stay in my mind all night.
Yeah, that's what our job is as performers, to paint a picture that's as close to real or the reality as we can possibly make it. Kids today, the work that they do there is so one-dimensional anymore that you watch it, you don't even know what you've watched or care. You just spend an hour.
The amazing thing is how Sterling attached it to for a movie that never was supposed to have a sequel. And now it's coming out, like I said, Rod Sterling was the one mastermind behind a lot of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, he was. When they made the first one, Planet, it was pretty cerebral, but it was wonderfully received. And they decided, it was right at that period, they were starting to do a lot of sequels to different things.
Was that about the time Bond started his sequel run?
71, I think, 1970.
I think Bond was on his third sequel, and sci-fi was trying to trudge along into the sequel thing at that time.
But right at that particular moment, Richard Zanuck, Daryl Zanuck's son, took over the head of 20th Century Fox from the old man. And the prognosis at the time was to make product but cut budget, cut back.
It's still that way today, according to interviews.
Apparently we had like $6.5 million budget for this film. In the 70s, that was pretty big and quite adequate.
But you even here in the Planet of the Apes, they even had to cut budget there.
They did.
The primary apes were there.
$2.5 million out of the budget. And Ted Post, who directed it, said he had to change the whole ending of the movie because he ran out of budget. They took all of his budget away. So that's why he cut it short, and you see Heston blow up the world and the screen goes white.
Yes.
It's because they ran out of money. And then the other three sequels, Escape, Conquest, or whatever, they were an afterthought, but they all worked out somewhere. And then years later, they come out with a new Planet of the Apes with Marky Mark or whatever.
What do you think
and we said,
one?
please don't do this because you're going to, the tongue-in-cheekishness of the first five is going to be destroyed with this non-actor, and you can only do special effects. I mean,
but the thing is, I wouldn't blame Marky Mark so much as I do Tim Burton about it.
Oh, the director.
You know, Burtoned up the movie way more than what it should have been.
But it still all comes down from front office.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all those wonderful little minds that are so creative and so artistic and haven't done doo-doo ever before.
Let's put it this way. With the way the new Planet movie is the reason why we didn't let Disney touch him in the old days. Remember, Burton's a Disney alumni.
So, you know, we're happy that it has stood on its own legs since the 70s. And it gets better and better, and everybody does remember it.
Even a TV show, actually, for being fair at best, you still remember it.
Ron Harper,
Ted Naughton. James Naughton was in it.
James Naughton.
Cornelius, the guy who played Tarkington. Cornelius was in it again. He referred to the role.
Tarkington. Rockney Tarkington, I think.
Lobo, Sheriff Lobo was in the TV show too. He was Gorilla Aldo.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't remember the names, but we remember the characters they did.
Oh, next time you see Beneath the Planet of the Apes, you have to see what my character title is in the credits in the back. Have you ever seen it?
No, I haven't.
It says, Don Pedro Colley, the Negro.
Oh, really? Oh.
It was just the beginning of PC-ism. And they couldn't figure out what, because the character's real name is Ongaro, O-N-G-A-R-O. But somehow or another they missed it and didn't know what else to do, and it was so obvious, and so they put the Negro.
Well, we're going to have to cut this short. Our film's going